Welcome to the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, where rude mechanicals do magic. Hello, I'm Bronze Age, Director of the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage. And today I'm at the lamp bench where I'm going to fabricate a special tool that will make taking lamps apart and putting them back together just a little bit easier. The ordinary table lamp has a pipe that goes from one end to the other. It's a peculiar kind of pipe. It's thin-walled, about 3/8 inch in diameter, more or less, and it has threads, usually for lamps, on each end. And these threads are what I call a fossil of the Industrial Revolution. Now, for the last several 100,000 years, if you wanted to see in the dark, you had to set something on fire. And that started off with just a regular campfire on the ground. That progressed into burning fat to make candles, wax to make candles, and then finally oil to make oil lamps. Well, the last flame-based illumination that we ever had in our houses was gas. Now that was a plumbing problem. What it required was the gas to be made somewhere and then piped under the streets to each individual house, go in the house, and then end up somewhere at a gas burner where you would take a match and light your gas lamp. And all of this required threads on pipes. The very smallest piece of pipe, the one that actually went to the sconce or the light fixture, wherever the fire was actually going to be, was this size pipe. It was called 1/8 inch iron pipe because the interior diameter, inside diameter, was 1/8 of an inch. Now, as times changed and electricity became more practical, there was a changeover from gas lights to electric lights. And they still had a lot of pipe with these fittings sitting around that had been used for gas lights. So it was only natural that this sort of hardware would be adapted for use with electric lights. And that's why today, in a table lamp, we have a gas pipe, 1/8 inch iron pipe threads. Now, working with this stuff can be a pain because these pieces are nice and smooth, which makes them hard to get a hold of. And then they're fairly thin, which means that you can crush them if you hold them too tight. And that becomes a problem with these long pieces. You want to cut it to length, like to make a lamp or something. You want to put this in a vise and cut it with a hacksaw, but with these threads like this, they're going to get damaged. Now, one solution is you can have these pads. I've made these out of little pieces of plywood with some magnets in the back of them and some carpet, and clamp it in the vise like that, and that works. But still, if you've got to hold it really tight, it's going to slip. So the solution I came up with was to take one of these brass couplers. They'll screw onto the pipe, but then I split it in two. Put a piece of duct tape on it as a kind of a hinge. Put it on there like that. And I can clamp it nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. And I can cut it with a hacksaw. But that doesn't help much when the pipe is still inside the lamp. That's when I turn to the smallest vise in the shop, which is actually a pair of locking pliers, commonly known as vice grips, but that's actually a trademark name. These are Walmart brand. They're about $5 each. And I can clamp a little split coupler in there and grab a hold of the pipe. But that's kind of awkward because that requires more hands than I actually have. So the solution for that is to actually weld the coupler to the cheap vice grips. Well, that's not the prettiest brazing I've ever done, but I think it'll serve. So This is Bronze Age for the Secret Underground Laboratory Recovery and Salvage, and thank you for sitting through this video on a shop-made tool that will make some of the jobs we do around here a little easier. I appreciate it if you would like and subscribe. Click the thumbs up button, please. Any comments, I respond to all, and I'll answer just about any question you've got on furniture, lamp repair, or theoretical philosophy, or whatever comes up. Again, thank you for watching.